What's going on in America? I'm going to just read some jokes out of this Reader's Digest here. Practicing this live stream so, I can get good at doing stuff and understand, what it's about, right? Because I'm watching other people, it's like, man, I like how they're doing this and that, but really they should be doing like this. But it's, I'm sure it's not as easy or as hard as it looks. So I want to do it like that. There we go. Well, let's see if I can get this going. So, what jokes? Let's start out with a joke, huh? I'm sure you don't want to. It's like, man, you should have fixed your damn thing first. I'm going to fix it now, you assholes. You can't hold on for a second. I mean, this is live to the world, to the world. This is live, it's like we're live, and we're live. Go. So is this dead air? Don't have anybody up yet, but maybe I'll have somebody. So, forks would be stabby grabbies. If the person who named walkie-talkies named everything, forks would be stabby grabbies, wigs would be hairy wary, socks would be feety heaties, and defibrillators would be hardy starties. It's pretty clever. It's pretty clever. I probably couldn't have come up with that in 17 million years. Now, where the hell are these jokes? Alright, so I have exactly nobody listening, no likes. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's hit it. Following an argument, an angry lady Astor told Winston Churchill, "Winston, if you were my husband, I'd put poison in your coffee." And you know what Winston Churchill retorted? "Well, if you were my wife, I'd drink it." Hey-o! Right? You understand? I have to say it again. So Lady Astor says, you're such an asshole. If I was married to you, how bad is this? If I was married to you, I'd poison your coffee. Well, if you were married to me, I'd drink it. Dennis Miller once said, you know that there's a problem when you realize that out of the 3 R's, only one of them begins with R. Right? Education is about reading, writing, arithmetic. Writing, it starts with a W. Arithmetic starts with an A. We just need to learn the 3 R's. Well, only one of them start with an R. Billy Wilder once said, that guy's got a Van Gogh. He's got Van Gogh's ear for music. Katharine Hepburn so hated filming a movie with John Barrymore, she declared, "Mr. Barrymore, I'm never going to act with you ever again." Barrymore replied, "You still haven't." An acquaintance walked past Algonquin Round Table member Mark Connolly and ran a hand over Connolly's bald pate. "This feels just as smooth and as nice as my wife's behind," he said. Connolly, running his own hand over his head, remarked, "So it does." So it does. They say marriages are made in heaven, but so is thunder and lightning. That's Clint Eastwood, He was so narrow-minded, he could see through a keyhole with both eyes. My advice to you is to get married. If you find a good wife, you'll be happy. If not, you'll become a philosopher. You'll become a philosopher. Hey-o! Do I want to pop out the dashboard? Do I want to send feedback? Do I want to manage? No. What is manage? What is this? I got a little mute button. Share screen. Just share. What's share screen? Edit? What is edit? I can't edit while I'm shooting it, can I? I don't have access to that feature. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Webcam manage. All right. I was going to sue for defamation of character, but then I realized I have no character. Charles Barkley. I know a man who gave up smoking, drinking, sex, and rich food. He was healthy right up until the day he killed himself. Johnny Carson. She never lets ideas interrupt the easy flow of her conversation. She's got a nice, easy flow of conversation. She never lets her ideas interrupt it. No, my advice to you is to get married. If you find a good wife, you'll be happy. If not, then you'll become a philosopher. That's Socrates. Before you marry a person, you should first make them use a computer with slow internet service to see who they really are. Socrates tells us to get married because either A, we'll find a good wife, or B, you'll become a philosopher. That damn Socrates. Life in Lubbock, Texas taught me that sex is the most awful, filthy thing on earth, and you should save it for someone you love. That was Butch Hancock, instead of getting married again, I'm going to find a woman I don't like and I'll just give her a house. Rod Stewart. All the things I like to do are either immoral, illegal, or fattening. Alexander Woolcott. When you have bacon in your mouth, it doesn't matter who's president. Louis C.K. She never lets ideas interrupt the easy flow of her conversation. Because he's one stupid bitch. Come on, man. Did you see all that shit Kanye was saying? Should I do a live stream on Kanye's shit? He can compress the most words into the smallest idea of any man I know. He can compress the most words into the smallest idea of any man I know. Abraham Lincoln. People who think they know everything are a great annoyance to those of us who do, says Isaac Asimov. Don't we both know that life is filled with disappointment? I once had a rose named after me and I was very flattered, but I was not pleased to read the description in the catalog. No good in a bed, but fine up against the wall. Heck, if life was fair, Elvis would be alive and all the impersonators would be dead. So sometimes you just have to put on lip gloss and prepare to be psyched. After all, you already know there's no half singing in the shower. You're either a rock star or an opera diva. But if you still want to mope, go ahead. I personally think we developed language because of our deep inner need to complain. Then again, there's always plan B. Swallow a toad in the morning and you will encounter nothing more disgusting the rest of the day. Or even better, plan C. Live every week like it's Shark Week. Why does a woman work 10 years to change a man, then complain he's not the man she married? Women cannot complain about men until they start getting better taste in them. For instance, men who have pierced ear are better prepared for marriage because they've experienced pain and they've bought jewelry. And you'll know it's love when you're not too embarrassed to give him your real Starbucks order. On the other hand, if you text I love you and he writes back an emoji, no matter what that emoji is, they don't love you back. Hey, love is tough. Personally, over the years, I've found that perfect lover turns into pizza at 4 a.m. Haha. Who else? Who's all listening? Let's see here. Still no one. Okay. So then I'm pretty free and clear to say and do whatever I want, huh? A dog teaches a boy fidelity, perseverance, and to turn around 3 times before lying down. Wine, a constant proof that God loves us and loves to see us happy. Why beer is better than wine? Human feet are conspicuously absent from beer making. The Democrats are the party that says government will make you smarter, taller, richer, and remove crabgrass on your lawn. The Republicans are the party that says government doesn't work. Then they get elected, and they prove it. I've been married to one Marxist and one fascist, and neither one of them would take the garbage out. The difference between fiction and reality? Fiction has to make sense. Tom Clancy. Be careful about reading health books. You may die of a misprint. Mark Twain. The nice part about being a pessimist is that you are constantly being proven right or pleasantly surprised. It's a good thing about being a pessimist. You know what the good thing about being a pessimist is? Either you're right or you're pleasantly surprised. I'm not offended by blonde jokes because I know I'm not dumb. I also know that I'm not a blonde. Dolly Parton. It was a blonde to make a bishop kick a hole in a stained glass window. He suffers from delusions of adequacy that Raymond Chandler, Walter Kerr, respectively. Critics are like eunuchs in a harem. They know how it's done. They've seen it done every day, but they're unable to do it themselves. They're unable to do it themselves. Here's an ad for Cosentex. It helps you fight your psoriatic arthritis so you can take on the day. Do you want to read all the fine print? She was my prosecutor. How a hardened felon and the DA set on putting him away found common ground as friends. Everyone on the street knew my dad. He got respect out of fear, said DeQuandre Davis. Everyone knows I'm his son. His father was a legend, feared, respected leader of the Crips until rival gangsters shot him dead on a Portland, Oregon street in 1990. He left behind a 1-year-old son who would be schooled by the street, spend time in prison, and have an extensive rap sheet by the age of 24. Stacy Beckerman's father was a legendary Iowa attorney, a do-gooder who served on the boards of nonprofits in his church and died of a heart attack 3 weeks after she graduated from law school. Do you want to hear this? America, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? I mean, here I am, just live streaming it up, you know. Thank you, Fantasy Football Draft, for letting me know that even in my fantasies, I'm still bad at sports. Jimmy Fallon, I don't know, guys. The whole play dead when a bear attacks thing sounds suspiciously like something the Bears would come up with. I know how to handle bears. You just play dead. Is that a bear? Well, just play dead. Well, then that means you just want me to lay there while they eat me? Police charge a Pennsylvania man with trespassing and public drunkenness after he was caught drinking beer surrounded by his neighbor's pigs. The man had a ready explanation for the officers. I just like pigs. Oh, and the beer he was drinking? Hams. Hey-o! You want to know some mind-blowing facts about the Statue of Liberty? She may be old, but she gets the odd stretch in. In winds at 50 miles per hour or more, her body can sway up to 3 inches and her torch arm up to 6. There are 7 rays on her crown, one for each of the world's continents. Together, they give her a hat that weighs more than 1,000 pounds. More than 1,000 pounds. Hey-o! Anybody know how to use this OBS studio? I got this terrible streaming thing here. It's got all this audio, simple screen recorder. It's got all this audio feedback. What am I supposed to do with that? This looks like a pretty crystal clear picture. Is it? Can you hear me all right?